nail spotters. Our 3-inch and 4.5-inch nail spotters are designed to fill the nails or screws and just skim the board in between. To achieve this result, first thin down the mud, turn the black material flow valve practically off, almost 3 o'clock. Engage the air lever, get up to coating speed, release the air lever just past the second to last screw or nail, and drag the spotter down the board until you use up the mud. If you're getting great edges but too much mud through the middle of the coat on the 3-inch spotter, cut back on the air. If you have this with the 4.5-inch, tighten down the tensioner and cut back the flow valve if needed. Bead tabs. If you purchased bead tabs, the 7-inch coater with bead tabs is designed for fill coating. Set your blade tensioner, pull back the pin, turn and release. You are ready to coat corner bead. If you 10-inch skim coat, set your blade tensioner, pull and turn the pins, cut back your material flow, and start your process. If you need to coat bullnose instead of 90 degree, you can take 5 minutes to change the tabs out. Unscrew the 2 screws at the end of the coater. Take the right tab and put it on the left, and take the left tab and put it on the right. Don't forget to place the shim between the tabs and the coater body before screwing back in the screws. Apla Taper 2. To load the taper, first unlatch the 2 hinges. Take off the cover. Unravel at least 5 inches of tape and place in the tape to unravel counterclockwise. Set the tape above the roller. Feed through the brake mechanism and through the guide. As you will notice, there are 2 brake levers to engage the brake. The brake must be engaged before cutting to create tension and give you a clean cut, and without doing so, will bend the cutting blade over during the cutting procedure. Now attach the cover and you're ready to tape. To tape flats and angles, pull the mesh tape out at least 2 inches past the roller. Apply brake, place tape, release brake, back roll the 2 inches of tape, and roll on the mesh tape, getting the bottom taper perpendicular from the taping surface right away. It is very important that when taping, you keep the wheel in contact with the surface at all times. When coming to the end of the taping surface, apply brake 2.5 to 3 inches before the stop point. Apply brake, cut tape. For angles, the Apla Taper 2 sets the angle and then lays down the edge. To get those short pieces, just pull the correct amount of tape, apply the brake, and cut it off your tummy. To clean the brake, use silicone spray and wipe off the glue buildup. Coating angles over mesh tape. To fill coat the angles, take the 2.5-inch angle head, place away from the 3-way corner, collapse the angle head into the angle, activate the air level, wait a second, then coat. Starting the angle right in the 3-way corner can pull mesh tape. Getting ready to coat. These are timing finesse tools. You will learn to adjust the tool to you not adjust you to the tool. There are 4 key items to remember. 1. Your airflow. For best results, keep your airflow on the gauge a constant. If you like to run your cannon at 25 psi, then keep it there. As you get faster on the coaters, you might end up running the cannon at 30 to 35 psi. 2. Your coating speed on the wall. Since your piston in the cannon is pushing material out at a constant rate, you need to run the coater down the wall at a constant speed. It's important to understand that mud compresses, and it takes a split second to push the mud to the coating head once the air lever has been engaged. The process is engage the air, wait a split second, then go and get up to speed right away. 3. Your material flow. The material flow valve is a very important adjustment on the cannon. When setting the tool to the speed you want to coat, you should keep your airflow and coating speed a constant. So for the beginner, the material flow knob that adjusts the amount of joint compound you are sending to your coater heads is the dial most important to you. 12 o'clock on the black knob is fully open, and 3 o'clock is fully closed. We want you to start out around 1:30 and adjust from there. If you are fill coating with the flow valve at 1:30, you will keep the air and your speed on the wall the same, but you will turn the black flow valve to somewhere between 2:15 to 2:30 because you need a lot less mud to skim coat than you do to fill coat.